Salman Khan is facing for the last 18 years in Jodhpur. He's expected to arrive in the court any moment as we speak in the Arms Act case. The verdict is to be pronounced today. You can see on your screens live visuals that are coming to you. This is a case that he's been facing since 1998. He's accused of carrying and using illegal arms with expired license. A case under the Arms Act was registered against the actor, allegedly had a US-made revolver and a .22-bore rifle with him. The prosecution said the license of both the firearms had expired on 22nd September 1998, but the actor used them to hunt down the black bucks in October. The prosecution argued that Khan in 1998 had complained that his revolver had been stolen. During a search, police did find the firearm in his hotel. The prosecution said produced 2 post-mortem reports of the 2 black bucks killed that night, and it showed that the gunshot injury was the cause of death. Okay, let's go back to my colleague Iknoor, who is right outside the court there in Jodhpur, bringing us the latest of all the activity that's taking place. Iknoor, when are we expecting Khan to arrive?
Well, any moment now, Akshay, we've been waiting, in fact, for the last 1 hour for Salman Khan to arrive. His sister, Alvira, of course, was the first one to arrive over here with his legal team. And just a short while ago, we saw his lawyer, Hastimal Saraswat, who had, in fact, arrived as well at the court. But Salman Khan should be reaching any time now. But this, of course, being the big judgment day for Salman Khan. He, of course, managed to get away when the matter came to the Chinkara poaching case. He was acquitted in that particular case. But 2 other cases pertaining to that 1998 incident when he had come to shoot a film in Rajasthan are still pending. That is the Black Buck case and the Arms Act. Today the judgment will be pronounced for the Arms case, where of course Salman Khan has been accused for being in possession of an illegal weapon because the license of that weapon expired almost 8 to 9 days before he actually went ahead with the shikar. And of course the case has been filed under 2 sections, that is 3/25 and 3/27 of the Arms Act. And if he's convicted under either of these, they in fact call for different jail terms altogether.
But the larger picture here, Iknoor, we're looking at how these are linked cases of the poaching as well as, of course, the Arms Act case. He's been acquitted in the poaching cases, 2 of them at least. One, of course, the hearing is underway, and the other one is this Arms Act case. The other 2 verdicts, can they have any bearing at all? What are the experts on the ground really saying about it?
Yes, definitely. In fact, especially today, if he's convicted under Section 3/27 of the Arms Act, that means that not only was he in possession of an illegal weapon, but he also used that illegal weapon for causing harm to an animal or a person, which would indirectly impact his poaching, the poaching case that is pending in the court as well. On January 25th, in fact, his other co-stars, Saif Ali Khan, Sonali Bendre and Tabu were with him at that point of time when he had gone out during this particular incident in 1998, have been in fact asked to present themselves in court and given their statements as well regarding the Black Buck poaching case as well. But when it comes to this case, what judgment really comes out of this case would indirectly also impact that particular case as well, because if he's actually convicted under 3/27 of the Arms Act, it would mean that he did use that weapon for poaching purposes, and that would of course indirectly convict him for the other case as well. But this, of course, has to be seen in terms of what kind of judgment really comes out. But if he's actually convicted under 3/25, that would mean that he's convicted only for the possession of an illegal arm, and the maximum punishment for that is 3 years of jail term. But that, of course, has to be seen. If he's acquitted, it will be the third case among the 4
you're breaking it down for us in terms of
in
the sections under which he has been charged at this point of time. There is one 3/25, there is one 3/27, one linked in poaching, and the other one having the Arms Act. So you're telling us that the sentencing, if the verdict comes out against Dr. Salman Khan, it could be anywhere close to 3 to 7 years if he is found guilty. Is that correct?
Yes, definitely. In fact, under 3/25 of the Arms Act, if he's convicted, it will be up to 3 years of jail term. But if he's convicted under 3/27, which also means that indirectly means that he used the illegal weapon for the purposes of poaching, that would in fact convict him for a jail term of up to 7 years. And for that, he would also not be able to get bail very easily. It would mean that Salman would have to spend at least 2 or 3 days in jail if he's convicted under that. But if he's convicted under 3/25, which is just for the illegal possession of the weapon, then he'd get a jail term of only 3 years, and he could get bail easily, because he would have to ask for bail only from this particular court and not from the appellate authorities.
Now, we understand that a lot has been riding over actor Salman Khan. I mean, over the past few years, he's been giving hits after hits, breaking records at the box office, not just where cinema is concerned, but also on television in very top favored series. He's been coming in as a host. So a lot really riding on the actor. Could that also be a consideration, you believe, because that will not just affect the actor and his income, but a lot of production houses and several other people involved in the process of filmmaking? It could hit them as well. Could that be one of the factors, Ignore?
Well, quite unlikely if that could actually work as a factor. Probably it could in terms of reducing his jail term if he really gets convicted. But in terms of whether he'll be convicted or acquitted, in that particular matter, one does not think that this would be a matter of consideration. Yes, definitely in the term and the amount of punishment that he's to get, definitely it would affect. But we're hearing right now that Salman is arriving, though seems to be a flutter at this point of time, though we haven't seen visuals of him, but he's about to arrive at the court any time now. And like I was saying, in terms of his acquittal or his conviction, it's definitely clear in terms of what the evidence has been provided to the court. And in fact, as far as legal experts have been in fact giving in their statements, it's quite likely that there could be a conviction for Salman Khan in this case. But of course, this being a very crucial judgment for Salman Khan, he of course managed to get away when it came to the Chinkara poaching case. But the black bug poaching case is also looming large over him at this point of time. And if he manages to get away with this particular case, then that would also mean a major relief for him in the black bug case as well. Because if they actually acquit him in this case, it would mean that he never owned a weapon. So how could he go ahead and poach animals? So that, of course, is a big question mark that is actually over here. What this case does directly impact the other case as well. So we are, of course, awaiting that judgment, which is expected anytime now. And Salman's arrival, in fact, is expected anytime now. You can see there's a huge crowd that has gathered over here. The security arrangements are full tight, and there are several fans of Salman Khan who have actually arrived over here to see the actor, in fact, go into the courtroom. Remember, this, of course, if he actually ends up going to jail, would be a big blow to Salman Khan, simply because he has managed to wriggle himself out of these cases as long as now, and it's almost nearing 2 decades that this case has been going on from one court to the other. And even earlier, when he was convicted in the Chinkara poaching case, he in fact eventually was acquitted by the High Court as well.
So, Ignore, this could be a matter of minutes for the actor now, isn't it? Since, of course, arguments, etc., all over in the case, it's only the time that the verdict has to be pronounced by the judge in the court today. They are waiting for the actor to actually arrive. But is there a scheduled time when the verdict is to be read out?
Well, the time that was scheduled was 11 a.m. However, since Salman Khan has not yet arrived, and the judgment will only be pronounced if Salman is in court. In fact, he has to be present in court for the pronouncement of that judgment. But he's still not arrived at this point of time. Probably the moment Salman arrives, the judgment hearing would actually begin. But his sister, Alvira Agnihotri, arrived at almost now 40 to 45 minutes ago. And his legal team also has arrived over here, including his lawyer, Hasimal Saraswat, has also in fact arrived in court. We're only waiting now for Salman Khan, who seems to be delayed at this point of time. Though, of course, earlier there was a flutter that he's arriving, but he hasn't yet, in fact, approached the court premises as of now. And we're all, in fact, waiting just outside the particular court where this case is going to, in fact, be taken up, and where the judgment will actually be pronounced. But this is also going to be a big challenging judgment for the court as well, because clearly this is something that the Bishnoi community in Rajasthan has been pursuing for a very long time. And one also says that if the Bishnoi community hadn't in fact gone all guns blazing for Salman Khan in this particular case, probably Salman Khan would have been able to wriggle himself out of this case long back. It's only because of the pursuance of the Bishnoi committee that so far this case has actually reached reach this point where we are finally waiting for that very, very crucial verdict. But Salman Khan definitely seems to have been caught in this particular case quite deeply as well. Also, looking in terms of the kind of evidences that have really come out, one of the main evidences that actually went against him was that earlier he had actually reported that his revolver had gone missing, but when the police actually conducted a search operation, they found the revolver in his very room. And also the fact that the wound inside the animal was from the same, in fact, the same revolver that was in possession of Salman Khan, and the fact that both the arms that he actually owned at that point of time were expired, their licenses were expired, and for more than about 10 days, and he was still using them, so he was clearly in illegal possession of arms as well. So it's looking at the kind of evidence that has in fact been coming forth, it's definitely quite a crucial moment for Salman Khan. Whether he'll be able to get himself out of it is to be seen, but definitely a big judgment coming its way.
Okay, also ignore while we wait for Salman Khan to arrive in the court and for the verdict, let's just give our viewers a sense of what's happening outside the court. We're looking at anxious fans that have been lining up because for them Salman Khan has only been the superstar who's given hits after the hits, an extraordinary character he plays in the films. They are of course awaiting, anticipating what's really going to happen in the courts today. Let the camera just pan a little bit, show us a visual of how many people have gathered to get a glimpse of the actor, but they're not realizing that what all the actor really is charged with, which is extremely grievous. So let's have a look while you talk over the visuals for us.
Well, definitely. In fact, we do know the kind of fan following that Salman Khan enjoys, but I'm going to ask my camera person to pan and show you the entire visual over here. In fact, Salman seems to be arriving as well. Just right now, as we pan the camera and show you, you can see the flutter that has in fact that is spread across the crowd over here because of the anticipation of Salman Khan arriving. You can hear the cheering. Salman Khan has just arrived at the court right now. These are the fresh visuals that you're getting. Salman Khan has just arrived over here. This is the visuals over here of Salman Khan getting off the vehicle. He has just arrived over here at court, and you can see the number of people who have gathered over here. And Salman Khan, of course, right here, he's just arrived. And visuals, live visuals that we are giving you over here from the courthouse. You're getting the visuals of Salman Khan, who has just arrived over here at the court. I'm going to ask my camera person to pan and show you the visual of Salman Khan entering the courthouse as well. He has, in fact, you can see seems to be a slight scuffle as well of all the fans who have gathered over here. But now Salman Khan, of course, has gone up to the courtroom, and of course, all his fans, in fact, have been jostling over here, and several people have actually gathered over here to, in fact, receive Salman Khan at the courtroom. But Salman Khan has just in fact gone inside, but security arrangements are full tight over here. There's also a police escort vehicle that came over here with Salman Khan. This is Salman's vehicle over here, and you can see the amount of crowd there is right behind this as well. How many people have actually gathered over here to in fact welcome Salman Khan over here at the courthouse. But Salman, of course, has gone in now. Anytime now will be that very crucial judgment that we will be hearing from the courtroom in terms of what really lies in the fate of Salman Khan, whether he will be convicted or acquitted in this matter, and if convicted, for how long will he really be put into jail? And that is a very crucial decision that is yet to come. But Salman Khan has arrived now in court over here in Jodhpur. He's gone inside, and that judgment should come anytime now.
Okay, breaking news that's coming in. Salman Khan has arrived in his style there in his vehicle. You can see him on your screens there in a white, crisp shirt. Within seconds, he was escorted inside the court premises. A huge amount of fans and hysteria building outside the court, the Jodhpur Court there, where verdict is to be pronounced any moment now. Our colleague Iknu reporting live from there. Any minute now, we'll know what is really in store in Salman Khan's fate where this Arms Act case is concerned. He's been charged under Section 3/25, 3/27, which invariably means if the case goes against really Salman Khan, he could be charged with imprisonment of anywhere close to 3 to 7 years. We have to wait and watch of what the court has to say today, but the actor has arrived just a few minutes ago. These are the visuals that are coming to you in a white, crisp shirt amidst all the hysteria and the crowd that gathered around him. As soon as he stepped out, massive security also, as you can see on your screens, as actor has reached the Jodhpur Court today. This is a case, an Arms Act case that dates back to year 1998. Almost almost 2 decades as the case has been going in under investigation, and now today we will see if the verdict will come out for or against the actor. Lot of twists and turns where this case is concerned, linked to the poaching case as well. In 2 of those cases, as we know, that the actor has been acquitted by the High Court there in Rajasthan. But this is the Arms Act case. Ignur is still with us, joining us from right outside the court, where all the anticipation really building up of what will happen with the verdict. Will it go in favor of the actor or the against, as the actor has just arrived as we speak. Already he's being represented by his sister and the lawyers who are inside the court premises. The actor arrived about in style 40 minutes late. He was supposed to be there by 11 but arrived at 11:40 a.m. Ignur is still with us, bringing us further inputs of when now the verdict will be read out, and of course we are awaiting of what is in store for actor Salman Khan. Back to you, Ignur.
Well, in fact, you can see over here, the police is still trying to control the crowd over here outside the courtroom. There is a huge scuffle also that in fact emerged over here between all the fans and people who have gathered over here to see Salman Khan, in fact, over here in court. But there are security arrangements made over here, but the situation seems to be completely out of control, since there are so many people who have actually gathered over here to in fact get a glimpse of the actor. But here is his vehicle, his SUV, right behind me, from where he in fact came, in which he in fact came over here to the courtroom, and that judgment in fact will be in fact announced any moment now. But absolute chaos that is there outside this Jodhpur court right now, while Salman Khan is inside. His sister Alvira Agnihotri is accompanying him inside, and his entire legal team along with his lawyer Hasimal Saraswat is inside as well. And of course that very, very crucial judgment to come any moment now. And right behind us, I'm going to ask the camera person to pan and give you an aerial view of this entire locality. You can see this white SUV is Salman's SUV, in which he in fact arrived, and it's ready and parked outside the gate of the courtroom, though that the moment he's done and the judgment is pronounced, he can leave, or if in fact he is convicted, he will be taken to the jail as well. So that is of course something that one will have to wait and see in terms of what that judgment really is that comes.
That's right. And Ignur, as we know, we've been speaking of the link that this particular case has with, of course, the poaching case as well. There were these 4 cases where this case is concerned that dates back to 1998. 2 cases he has been acquitted in. 1 case which is undergoing hearing already. And the 4th one is the Arms Act case. This is about the possession of illegal arms that had expired in terms of their license, which apparently he did use. And that, of course, what the courts will decide today as well in the verdict today. Ignur, what sort of bearing are they expected to have on the other cases where the poaching cases are concerned? This, of course, is the Arms Act case and 3 other cases of poaching in which 2 he has been acquitted. Okay, I think we have lost Ignur's link in that melee over there. We're looking at fans, media people, security, police, his personal security, all gathered outside the Jodhpur court today to get a glimpse of the actor as he has walked into the court, where his fate shall be sealed today, where the Arms Act case is concerned. My colleague Rishabh Gulati over the phone line, bringing us further details. Go ahead, Rishabh.
Yes, we're just getting information from the court that is coming in that the hearing inside the court has now begun. We are expecting this to be swift. This happened, of course, after the court earlier had passed an observation that that Salman Khan had gotten delayed. So after seeing remarks, he was rushed into the courtroom. He's arrived in that Jodhpur courtroom. Now this, of course, still, despite all the years that have passed, Akshay, is still a preliminary level case that is going to be heard, and a verdict is going to be given one day or the other on the point of whether in the Arms Act he was in violation of having used his weapon after his arms license had expired or not. There is a potential for a fine. There is a potential for jail time and a sentencing to be done on Salman Khan. Also, there is of course a potential that he could be acquitted in this entire case if the prosecution has failed to prove it. We know within minutes the case is being heard. Observations by the judge, we understand, are going to be read out after the lawyers are done doing their talking. These observation is the extent of it. Well, we've got big information coming in, which we're just going to confirm with our reporter on the ground. Ignur is there, who's been joining us. We have big information that is coming in that the court observation is now being read and is pointing in the direction that Salman Khan could be exonerated in this case, is building up to an exoneration for Salman Khan, which would potentially mean that at this stage, unless the prosecution looks to appeal, there could be good news coming in for Salman Khan. I'm waiting for just that official confirmation to come in from inside the court, where Iknoor, my colleague, is to find out whether the court has allowed him to walk as a free man or not, and whether this decade-long case which he's been fighting is going to have a bearing on his life further on. But if indeed this exoneration is confirmed as we are waiting for that information to come in from court. If this exoneration comes in, then this will be a sigh of relief for Bollywood, which of course has hundreds of crores riding on the future films coming up this year of Salman Khan, which is going to be good news for them now. This would potentially leave the door open for the prosecution now to make a call on whether there has to be a further follow-up, a challenge, a trial, a retrial of this or not, for which they will have to approach now a higher court. Critics will obviously say that this was a let-off in the case of a botch-up by the cops. Supporters of Salman Khan will say that he's already been hounded for long enough over an incident like this. We haven't